This is a brief video demonstrating actions overriding anchors. In your TCOM FAST or CANS manual, the anchor is the item's rating description, while the action is the response to the item being addressed. This is the FAST item education, for example. Each FAST item has three main parts: the item name and description, the numerical ratings, and the anchors that describe each rating. The anchors describe each rating using examples. The numerical ratings translate those descriptions into action levels that are used to gauge a response or an intervention for that item. When completing a fast, there may be situations that have some gray areas that can make it confusing or difficult to assign a rating for an item based on the anchors alone. Continuing the example of education, here we see children in a classroom setting with our target youth being Joy. Joy doesn't pay attention to her teacher, she distracts her classmates, and her grades are poor. In situations that may be difficult or confusing to assign a rating based on the anchors alone, it may be helpful to think of the numerical ratings as action levels. Based on the information you have for an item, asking yourself how you should react or respond to the situation may make it easier to assign a rating. Translating the numerical ratings of 0, 1, 2, and 3 allows you to think of how you should respond to the item in question. For example, a 0 rating typically means no action is needed. A 1 rating may mean that you should keep an eye on this item or gather more information about it. A 2 rating means some kind of action or intervention for this item is needed to address an issue. And finally, a 3 rating means you should take immediate action to intervene as the item has an issue that is dangerous or severe. Back to Joy's scenario and the information we have about her education, we can think about how we should respond or react to her issues using those action levels. Because we know that Joy has issues paying attention to her teacher, she's a classroom disruption, and her grades are suffering, we can assume that we're going to have to find an intervention for these issues. So we can rate Joy at a 2 for education. Using action level 2 and providing an intervention based on that action level, we should see some improvement in Joy's education. To summarize, when we say actions override anchors, we mean that it may be easier to assign a rating for an item by thinking of how you should react to that anchor.